Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about another concept, that concept named as port number or port address. So as we know guys, that we are at the transport layer. It is requirement of transport layer that port number is supposed to be discussed. Okay, and this is what how the transport layer give the services to different applications on the basis of this port number. So let's start. So here, why port numbers are required. So very first, if you go with the computer guys, let's consider this is what host or computer. In order to identify this host, okay, this is host. What we have IP address. Okay, but in this computer, many of the processes are running. Let's say I'm drawing an icon. So this is what the called as what the process is. These are the applications are running. And in order to identify this application, guys, we required some identification, and that identification is what port number. We'll discuss more detail in later on. For communication, we must define. For communication, we must define. Let's say if we let's say a local host and the remote host. If we consider the two computers over here, okay, let's take another computer, and these two computers are going to be identified on the based on the IP address. But here the local process and remote process, let's say here there are also some of the processes are available. Okay, so identifying these processes of the remote, this is what, let's say remote, and this is what the local. So identify these processes, we required some mechanism. So define the process on the local and remote host, we required a second identifier called a port number, guys. So this is what the simple definition. To achieve the process to process communication, the most common is through the client server paradigm. Here, if we require to communicate this process to this process communication, and it can be happens with the help of again the client server paradigm, where the request and reply protocol is going to be used, where client made the request to server, okay, and as per the request, the server can reply that particular request. So this is what the client server paradigm. The process on local host called client and needs services from the process usually on the remote host called a server. Like for example, let's say get day and time. So if any client wants a day and time from the server, that time that will be a local process, and from which it is getting the answer is for the remote process. So that time both the names supposed to be same. Both the names supposed to be same. Now, here is the logic, guys, and here is the crux. According to the layer model, the transport layer interacts with the functions of session layer. Okay, as we know, guys, there is an interleaving of where there is a layering between the layers of the OSI and TCP model. So above the transport layer, what we have session layer. So here, in many protocols, combine session, presentation, and application layer protocol into a single layer known as application layer. Okay, in TCP model itself, all the layers are combined, the session, presentation, application. Okay, which is treated as what the application. In this case, delivery to the session layer means the delivery to the application layer. If we combining all three layers, if we combining all three layers, so it means what, it is treated as what the one single application layer. Okay, so if you are sending the services to the session layer, or maybe the presentation layer, or maybe the application layer, it is going to be treated as what the single layer, that is what the application layer. So then data generated by the application on one machine must be transmitted to the correct application on the another machine. Okay, here what our requirement, if some data is generating at the local end, that must be reached to the remote end properly. So in this case, addressing is provided by the transport layer, and that addressing called as what the port number, guys. That addressing called as what the port number. So I hope that this background is clear to you. So let's take what do you mean by port number directly. So here in TCP/IP protocol, so the port number is integer value between 0 to 65,535, which is what 2 to the power 16. Okay, this is what the size or address space of the port number. And it is a software based assign. This is what the port number is, what the software based, and it is assigned by the OS operating system. Actually, there are two types of port numbers. We term port terminology. Very first is what the physical, and second is what the logical. Where physical is what the device can be mounted, and the logical is what some program can be mounted. Okay, so this will be permanent, and this will be can also be this will become we can see the temporary purpose. If we see the diagram, if you see the diagram, let's consider this is what the UDP header format, where we are putting that particular port number as a 13, and there is what the IP address available. Okay, now this is what the header request come from the local PC to the remote PC. So here there is another computer. That computer is what 26.7, where the 13 port number process is running. So this is what the process. This is what the process through the to which this process the this is what the remote process, and here local process want to communicate. So port number to port number or process to process communication can only be happen with the help of the port number, guys. Okay, more about this we'll discuss. Now here there is a node. The client program define itself with the port number. Okay, and it is called as what ephemeral port number. This is what temporary port number. The word ephemeral means is what the short life. The life is very short and used because the life of the client is normally short. So generally, in the client server paradigm, clients are regularly ups and down. So for the temporary uses, the port number is assigned, and that port is what the temporary port number. The ephemeral port number is recommended to be greater than the 1023 for the some client server program to work properly. Okay, so let's take the details about this. I hope that this slide is okay with you. Now more details about the port number, guys. So here, and this port number, so in order to identify the process running on the host and the network services, we require port number. So there are two purposes: to identify the running process on the host, and to identify the network services on that particular host, we require port number. That Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, that is ICANN, has assigned a number called port number. The port number is an endpoint to a logical connection. This is what the endpoint. Let's say if we have some kind of like a port is some kind of board is available. So here somewhere it is what the endpoint where something is going to be plugged. Okay, the port number identifies what type of port it is. In the basis of this, what type of port it is, so that the port number identifies. The easiest way to define that the port is in our, let's say, word, is to imagine our house had a lots of doors, and each door represent the port. Okay, so if we consider our house, and in our house there are lots of doors are available, so that doors will be called as what, let's say, the port numbers. A more flexible example is what, let's say, the electrical board. So if I'm putting drawing the diagram, let's say if I have this electrical board in our home, so on the electrical board, what we have generally, what we have, the different sockets are available, different buttons are available. In this socket we can put any, we can plug any device, okay, as runtime. And that plugging of device to that particular logical endpoint is what the port number, where the device can run. So if I'm saying, let's say this is what the socket, so devices can be run. So if we go with the buttons, the buttons and the plug is out of the fixed. But if I have the open socket, and that will work the any dynamic, that is what the use for anybody. So this is what electrical board is what the best example where the devices can be plugged and play. Okay. For example, the port number 80 is used for the HTTP traffic. If we use the command, let's say netstat -n on our computer, so it will give all the listing of the port numbers where the TCP and UDP connections are available. Here we can see the listing of local addresses and the port numbers and the foreign addresses also. And we can say, if you go with this particular command in our computer also, so let's type this command, go to the CMD, and here netstat-n. It will take a time to display all the listing of that particular port numbers. So here, meanwhile, we can discuss something else. Meanwhile, we can say here there is a concept, that is what the socket address. Socket address is what a combination of IP address and the port number. Okay, a combination of IP address and the port number. Here there is a diagram. There is an IP address. Let's say 200.23.556.8. Okay, and on this particular IP address, there is one service is appended, and the service is on that particular port number. This is called as 69. By combining these two, what we have a socket address. So this netstat command will give the results. We'll see that when that results come to in front of us. Okay. Now, apart from this, what we have here, let's take there are port numbers. What we can see, the ranges are available. As we know, guys, that the port number size is 2 to the power 2 to the power 16, which is what 0 to what we can say 65,535. So here this range is divided into three slots. The very first is what the well-known port number, and these are the ports controlled by the ICANN, and it is reserved for the specific purpose. It means port number range from 0 to 1023 are considered to be well-known port numbers because they were used by many of the core services on the Unix services or servers, or maybe the Windows server, and most required privilege permission on the server to implement it, like a telnet and the SMTP, that is simple mail transfer protocol. Telnet having the 23 and SMTP having, let's say, 25 are the two example of these services. So here, for the specific purpose, the ports are assigned. That is for the protocols, and the ports are assigned, and that this cannot be used by any private users or public user. Then there is a second category, registered port. So it is not assigned or controlled by ICANN, and it registered with the ICANN to prevent the duplication. Then here, this registered port, the Internet Assigned Number Authority, that is IANA, keep the list of all services, because if we are enabling any protocol, that protocol gives some services. For that services purpose, that runs the both as both the well-known port number and all the registered port number. So registration process put the permanent association in place with the port number and the services. So specifically, this is what the services purpose. Okay, these services are all long running services and would be assigned a port number between 1024 to the 49151. The Microsoft Remote Desktop Protocol, that is RDP, which having the 3389 as a number, and the Network File System, that is NFS, which having the 2049 as an example of registered port number. So here we can say a registered port number award for the any specific service, and any on the basis of in that protocol is that if one protocol is providing more than one services, let's say, so for the specific service the registered port numbers are assigned. Then third category, there is a dynamic and private port number. In this dynamic and private port numbers, they use as a private and for temporary purpose by the client, and the client can be used with the help of the TCP, UDP, ST. Okay, so these are 2 to 3 protocols are available at the transport layer. With the help of this, port number can be used. All other port numbers, let's say from the range from the 49,152 to the 65,535 are referred to be a dynamic or private, and these ports are not permanently associated with any service. So temporarily, if we being a user want to use that particular services, so we can make a use of this dynamic port numbers, guys. I hope, guys, these three port ranges are clear to you. Then let's consider the difference between the IP address and the port number. My first parameter to differentiate this term, use for what purpose it is going to be used. So internet protocol address, that is IP address, is used for to identify the host in the network. So in order to identify the computer in the network, we require the IP address. But here in port number is used to identify the process or the services on your system. Okay, what are the services, what are the processes are running on that system, to identify that services and the applications or processes, we require port number. Then the size. The IP address size is what 32-bit in IP version 4, whereas in IP version 6, what we have 128-bit, that is 16 bytes. Okay. Then the port number is what 16-bit, that is what 2 to the power 16. Okay. Then layer. The IP address is the address on which the layer 3 IP protocols. It means what we can say, the IP address is what the layer 3 address or layer 3 protocol address, whereas the port number is what the transport layer, that is layer 4 protocol address. Okay. Then it is assigned by the IP address is provided by the admin of a system or network administrator. So IP addresses are generally provided by or assigned by the admin, or who has a rights to assign that particular IP address to that particular computer. The port numbers for the application is provided by the kernel or operating system. So automatically the operating system kernel is providing the port number to that particular application. There is no any uh, hard mechanisms available that the user cannot assign to a particular. Utility and commands. So here ipconfig is command which can show the to find the IP addresses. Where is the netstat command? We have fired that netstat command. You can see the to find the network addresses statistics, including available TCP ports. Then the identity, the IP address identity identify the host or computer on the computer network. Okay. whereas the port number are the logical interface used by the communication protocol. Then there are examples. Let's take 192.168.0.2, or let's say 172.16.16.0.2 are the some examples of the IP addresses, whereas 80 for HTTP, 123 for the NTP, 67 and 68 for the DSCP traffic, and the 22 for SSH. These are the examples of the port number. And here the last difference will be type. So IP address divided into different classes, guys. We know that class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E. But there is no concept of any classes in the port number. But here class port number can be of the three categories we have discussed earlier: well-known, registered, etc. So these are the differences between this port number and IP address, guys. I hope that the port number logic and the port number what we can see the gravity you have understood thoroughly in this particular video. So after that, whatever the port numbers are available standard. Okay, so this is the standard list. Let's say if you talked about the 20, the 20 is assigned for the FTP, 21 is also assigned to the FTP protocol for the command control and data control. So data transfer and command control, the one protocol can have two types of numbers, one for the data and one for the command, as like a 22 SSH. Okay, if you go with the 80 HTTP, if you go with the NTP 123, if you go with something else, that is PP, POP, POP3, that is 110. So these are the port numbers are available. Uh, Standard port numbers are assigned to that particular protocol based on their services. If you go with the netstart command, guys, so here there is a result of this netstart command we have in front of us. So here first is showing the protocol, then the local address, then the foreign address, and the state of that particular. So the state is established, the local addresses, IP addresses are available, that is 127, that is testing address, and these are the port numbers are assigned over here. Okay, and foreign process also, these are the port numbers are available here. So we can say, moreover, by this command we can see that all the port numbers are available. Okay, so I hope guys this video is okay with you. Thank you so much. Let me stop the recording.